Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jadisola, and last week I made a video around the things that I like about living in the UK. And the UK is not perfect, and there's some things that I don't like, but I have to say upfront, the things that I like actually outweigh the things that I don't like. But I'm going to link the video of the things that I like, in the description box below. But in this video, I'm going to be talking about the things that I don't like about living here in the UK. Number one on my list is the weather. And I know for most people, sometimes it's how the weather changes, and really it does change. You can have all the different seasons in one day, and I am not exaggerating. But for me particularly, I don't like the winter. Gosh, it is cold. I know people in Canada might be saying something else, but man, when it's winter here, it's cold. It's so cold. For someone like me that is coming from, really hot climate, I am not finding it funny. Like, my hands are freezing, my toes are freezing inside my shoes. It is bloody cold. And the annoying thing is, it's not just cold. There's also like a high impact on your energy bills during that period. It's crazy. So like, I turn on all the heaters in the house and I'm still not okay. So I don't like that about the UK. Now I think I am like trying to adjust by, wearing like different coats in the house, just so that I don't turn on all the, heaters in the house and I can save some energy bills. Next thing that, I don't like about the UK is this average size of like a UK home. It is tiny. It is small. Like, I'm coming from Nigeria where people build, really big houses. The rooms are huge, the kitchen is huge, and even separate from, the living room. Like, we don't do a lot of like open plan. And then you get here, you're like trying to manage space. Like, in the room, in the kitchen, you're just trying to manage space. That bit, I don't like that very much. I really wish, for the amount of money that people are paying for rent, I think they deserve a little bit more space in their homes. So, but there's hardly anything you can do about, that right now, because unless they're breaking down a lot of the homes, that is not likely going to change. But it's one of the things that, I'm like, I wish this could be different. The third thing I don't like about living here is the drinking culture. And see, back in Nigeria, I used to think that, people drink a lot, but the UK people, they are on another level. Everything is about going for drinks, going to the pub, even after work socials is about drinking. And while I don't have a problem with the drinking itself, is how sometimes some people take it to the extreme. And, I see people walking on the streets and you can tell that they are absolutely pissed. Recently, I had like a really traumatic experience because some drunk person wandered into my apartment building and was trying to break into my apartment. And nothing I was saying was making sense to this guy. I threatened that I was going to call the police. He wasn't budging. He was kicking and, pushing my door and telling me I need to open the door. Like, when you have to drink yourself to that point where you're no longer sane, I do have a problem with that. While I'm not saying that there are people that don't manage their alcohol properly, when they drink, it's just that my experience with dealing with people that have, taken it overboard has not been pleasant. And yeah, so that is like story for another day. Next thing I don't like here is, even though this is a bit funny, yeah, is the threatening letters that you get from, TV licensing people. In case you think I'm exaggerating, let me just tell you. From the envelope, now this is an envelope of, a letter that I got from the TV licensing office. I don't know if you can read, but I'm going to zoom in. The moment I saw this envelope, I'm like, what is going on? What did I do? It's written, some things aren't worth the risk. From the envelope, it's threatening. Now you need to see the wordings in some of the letters. The letters actually have like varying degree of, tones, depending on whether or not they've been writing to you, for a long time. So if you're living in the UK and you're streaming live TV, you're watching BBC, you're using iPlayer and all those things, you need to be paying TV license fee. And it's like 150 something pounds per annum. But for some reason, a lot of people here do not like to pay it. And therefore, they start to send threatening letters every single time to people. Imagine, and this one is even nicely worded, right? This is a line in this letter. It says, if enforcement officers visit and find that you're watching, downloading, or recording TV illegally, you could face prosecution and a fine up to £1,000 plus any legal costs and or compensation you may be ordered to pay. And this is a nicely worded one. If I get the other ones that they've been sending to me since I moved into my new apartment, I'm like, what? My old apartment, they were always sending it, and my agent then, the guy just never used to bother. They never used to pay, so we always got the letters. Whether or not they would come, I don't know. I'm sure that they would have visited some people's homes, but they also don't have the right to enter your apartment. If you tell them they cannot enter, they cannot enter, right? And if you tell them you're not watching TV, like there's really nothing much they can do. Do you understand? But they keep threatening, and that in itself, I'm not very excited about it, because when you're new and you think that you're breaking the law, or I watch Netflix and whatever, I pay for those subscriptions and I don't need a TV license, but I still keep getting this simply because, I don't know, they're able to detect that I have a TV in my house or something. Anyways, yeah. The last, but not the least things, and before people come for me, this is just my personal fear, right? Because I know that what I'm about to say may be a bit controversial. I personally don't like dogs. I am scared of dogs, right? But I understand that dogs are not just dogs when you're living abroad. Dogs are literally like a member of the family. And like, I'm scared of the tiniest dogs, like the tiniest one. I am scared of them. And the fact that I have to adjust to walking on the streets, and sometimes seeing people have their dogs walk beside them without a leash on, it just scares me. Or you're on the train and someone comes into the train with a dog, it scares me. It just puts me in this very awkward position where I'm either jumping or changing my seat, or just, overall reacting in a way that is, bringing a lot of attention to me. And everyone is wondering, they're dogs, they're friendly. And they might be friendly, but I'm just scared of dogs. And you can't live here, literally, without coping with dogs. Like, sometimes in the elevator, I'm trying to get into the elevator and there are people with dogs. I have to just wait and maybe wait for another one. Or if someone is coming into the elevator and they're coming with their dogs, I have to beg them to take another one. or beg them to move back so that I can, you know, exit the elevator for them to go, and then I'll take another one. That's how scared I am of dogs. And it's something I have to cope with here. Anyways, like I said at the beginning of the video, the things that I don't like in the UK are like really, you know, might be trivial, and they're not obviously as much as the things that I love about living here in the UK. If there are things that you don't like if you live in the UK, please feel free to share in the comment section. And if you have enjoyed this video, please make sure you like, subscribe, and share. And I will see you next time. Bye.